What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and there is a reason that the media wants this story to go away. There's a reason that my videos on this topic don't hit as hard. They don't get as much traction. The reason the media wants what happened in Waukesha to go away is because they are responsible. They created this man. They filled his head with just all sorts of hatred. And based on everything I'm seeing from people who are on the ground, from people who are not affiliated with the media, is this was on purpose. Maybe he didn't plan it out. Maybe he didn't mean to be there that day. I'd buy that 100%. But once he was there, he sped up. He aimed for people. And now we've got a sixth person that has passed away, a child, I believe. I know this isn't a Hollywood topic, but it is a topic that is literally 10 minutes from my house. It is a topic that is important because we talk about on this channel just how all this race baiting and divisive mainstream media and the economy around that can affect people. Most people can see it for what it is. Most people know that's what's happening, but not everybody. And what happens is when this stuff gets distilled down and it gets put into somebody's mind who is unstable, who is ill, they can do insane things. The media is culpable in this, which is why MSNBC, CNN, you know what they're sharing now? Thanksgiving Day recipes. That's right. The holiday they hate because family gets together. They're talking about Thanksgiving. They're tripping all over themselves to call it an accident. This was no accident, and I will prove it to you. You can see this has been used multiple times. This was not an accident. Accident is trending on Twitter because people know, people are waking up. Jack Posobiec, this was not an accident. Me, Cernovich writing, they want to call this act of Terry an accident. 4 hours later, corporate media, it was a car crash. U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops calling it a car accident. Video appears to show Waukesha Parade accident. MSNBC referring to it as a accident. This was no accident. Again, would I accept the fact that he didn't plan to be there that day? Yeah, I'd buy that. This guy didn't seem like he planned much of anything in his life other than being terrible. But once he was there, I would argue what he decided to himself, I would offer as a suggestion or possibility, what he decided to do was take as many people as he could with him. Styx Hexenhammer writing, can you imagine MSNBC reporting on what happened in Waco? Dozens feared gone in accident as tank crashes into building. This is absolutely right out in front. Mask off. Insane. Breaking. Court docs confirm man was first observed driving slowly, then sped up to hit people in the parade. What a shock! Buried deep, deep down on public record, we see the truth. The escape continued driving, turned westbound on East Main Street. At that time, the vehicle was driving at a slow speed, and the vehicle brushed Detective Casey back off the front of his car. causing him to be positioned on the driver's side of the vehicle. He went to the driver's side window, pounded on the driver's side door, yelling, "Stop." Okay? He told him to stop. Then he subsequently positively identified the driver as that loser, who's 1 year older than me. Crazy. Hereinafter referred to as the defendant. He then drove past the detective and into the parade procession. The detective chased the vehicle to East Avenue on foot and then observed the vehicle began to drive faster. He then broadcast over the radio that a red Ford Escape had entered the parade route and he needed squads to respond in an emergency fashion. A few seconds later, he's heard on police radio saying that the vehicle was striking people while he was driving westbound on East Main Street. We know what he did. Insane. Insane. The vehicle then got into an intersection on East Main and Northwest Barstow Street and appeared the brakes were activated. Officer Burton believed the vehicle was going to come to a stop and attempt to make a right-hand turn to get out of the parade route onto Northwest Barstow. However, the vehicle then appeared to rapidly accelerate as Officer Burton heard the tires squeal. The vehicle took an abrupt left turn into a crowd of parade participants. At this point, it was clear to the officer this was an intentional act to strike and hurt as many people as possible. Not a single freaking headline that says that, isn't it? I had to dig deep to local coverage. CBS 58, Milwaukee. The only person who's covering who wrote that it was an intentional act. By the way, also, this clown gets bail, $5 million in bail. Why? I don't know. Now, in Wisconsin, we're a cash bond state, which means, and I was wrong about this. I initially thought, oh, he's going to get 10% of that easy. From what I understand, in Wisconsin, he has to come up with the first all 500,000, which I'm sure he could get from Hollywood pretty easy. I'm sure Mark Ruffalo will happy to put up his bail. Maybe Pedro Pascal. Maybe they decide to put up his bail for him. Police say the man who did this is a career criminal. There's no evidence that this was a on purpose, even though, except for the police on the ground. But if indiscriminately ending women and kids at a parade isn't that, what exactly is it? They won't investigate this because they created this. There's absolutely no mincing words here. Waukesha locals were furious that he was out on $1,000 bail. Yeah. Who wouldn't be? The DA who okayed this is partially on him too. I've already seen articles that people told him, here's even CNN reluctantly reporting at 1 a.m. He appeared to have no emotion as people tried to stop him. Wow, that sounds like a real accident, doesn't it? What an accident. Media blasted for referring to this as an accident. It wasn't an accident. I've showed you that it was not an accident. Now, obviously, there are people that are conflating this and putting this on everyone else that as a part of the same group as him or looks like him. That's not okay. This is the acts of one man. However, to ignore the facts of the groups he was affiliated with, of the things that he said about, running people over, sharing pro bad guy from WW2 memes. He called to do things to the very people that he took out that day. To ignore that is absolutely unacceptable. You need to be telling people. The media wants a story to disappear. And last night, a young kid passed away. This isn't even over yet. People are still passing away from this. This was no accident. This was on purpose. This was intentional, and it was a byproduct of the poisonous mainstream media and the actions of this coward. Don't let them cover this up.